Hey everybody, this is Rich and you're with South Florida Beekeeping with Rich. We have from time to time mentioned using vinegar on your hands. Thank you, Jeff Christie, for having taught me this. Jeff Christie, the president of our local Beekeepers Association. You can spray your hands with vinegar and you can work your bees most of the time without gloves then. Why do you want to work your bees without gloves? Well, because gloves are awkward, and they desensitize you. They are hard to really get in there and grab the lugs on the frames and such. It's just better if you can do it without them. And of course, it makes you a better beekeeper because you're going to be more mindful of exactly how you are approaching the bees and handling the bees, such as coming down with your fingers like this is likely to get the tips of your fingers stunned, while coming up like this, from the undersides, they don't pay much attention to you. You become more mindful of things like that. You slow yourself down a little bit. Doing it barehanded is a benefit throughout. And like I said, I learned the trick of using vinegar from Jeff Chrissy. Don't know where he got it from, but whoever let him in on it, thank you so much. Uh, but I can never leave things alone, so first thing I did was make some liquid smoke and add it to the vinegar. Because if vinegar alone is good, well, vinegar that smells like smoke should be even better. Now, when I say liquid smoke, everybody assumes I mean the little bottle of stuff you use in cooking sometimes, but it's not what I mean. I clean out my smoker I took a pair of needle nose pliers and I bent the tab on the hinge here a little bit so that I can take my top off like this easily. And I just leave it like that. And that makes it easy for you to get in here and clean it out. Well, the first time I did this, I was just cleaning the smoker and I had taken it off and I'd put it in a bucket with water. And I saw how smoky the water was and went, added some of that to the vinegar and that worked. Well, if that works, it probably works to just make it straight with vinegar. And so that's what I did. Done. Let me show you the technique. You take an empty gallon jug. There I am. Make yourself a container sufficient to cover the lid of your smoker. Cover that with vinegar. I'm not going to bother to cover it with that vinegar. Just your normal white cleaning vinegar.
Down here.
Pardon me?
Down on the table.
On the table. All right. I'll just go ahead and use my already prepared vinegar.
How did you prepare it?
I did this. My wife said, how did I prepare it? Well, this is what I did. I simply, if water alone takes as much extractives out of the, what's the word I'm looking for here?
Cover? Soot?
Well, soot isn't the word. It's the tars. It's the tars and rosins and such that build up. I should probably mention that first here. The tars and rosins that build up on the inside of your smoker fume here. And of course, this all gets nasty, but you can see not too long ago I cleaned that. So, which is the main thing I'm doing when I do this, is so that it fits nicely. That's the reason I got into that habit. But if I put the vinegar is 5% vinegar and 95% water. So you're not going to really lose anything in the way of extractives by using vinegar instead of water, obviously. Let it soak like that for an hour or so, and then I just, you can take a brush. You can just scrub it with your hand a little bit like this. But you're going to get all the tars that will easily dissolve in water. There's tars that won't dissolve in water, but most of the tars will dissolve in water, and all those you can get dissolved into your vinegar. And you can take a spoon or whatever and you can scrape more of this out and you can dump that about down in there and stir it around too. From time to time I have to clean this part out when things start getting narrowed, but most of the time I'm just cleaning this area right here. As you can see, I did that not too long ago. It's not needed for the moment. But that's it. It's really that simple. You can just go get yourself a cheap gallon jug of cleaning vinegar. If you want to use something better than this, we'll go ahead and use something better than this, but you want to be able to cover the whole thing, and this is pretty well shaped and configured to do that. It covers the whole, you can cover the whole thing. It uses about a half a gallon of vinegar to do it. Scrub it off. If you happen to have an old toothbrush or a brass wire brush or a stainless steel wire brush, you know, this toothbrush size, whatever, scrub it off, make it stronger. But you get both the vinegar and the smoky smell from it. A bottle lasts a long time. So this is my vinegar for the coming year, for the whole year probably. It's really all it needs. And it's just that simple. You don't have to go to the store and buy liquid smoke. I don't even know how that would work because I've never used it. I've just always used the tars that I extract from the smoker body itself. And that's all there is to it. No reason to stretch this out any further. It's a short video, I know.
You just spray your hands.
But you just spray your hands or any other exposed parts of your body with it. And you can work. Now, I took 2 stings working the hives today. Neither one of them was due to this. Both of them were due to the fact that I reached around something and got stung because I pinched a bee. But you know what? I went over, I sprayed a little more vinegar on my hand, and I went back to work, and no additional bees came over to investigate me. No additional bees came over to respond to the attack pheromone. The vinegar probably neutralized the pheromone in the first place, but regardless, between the vinegar and the smoke, it covered up the alarm pheromone, and I went right back to working the bees like nothing had ever happened in both cases.
And you can mention that I use it.
Oh, yes, my wife who does the videos, she's very cautious around the bees, I'll put it that way. And so she would wear these big clunky gloves and try to manipulate her iPad through these big clumpy gloves. And when I finally convinced her to let me spray her hands with vinegar, and she found out the bees left her completely alone and let her do her thing without gloves on, it was a wonder to her. But it's worked just fine for the last few months as she's been taking these videos without gloves on. I don't know if you see a difference in the quality of videos, but I see a difference in the quality of her tension level at any rate. So there we go. Well, at least she was giving me the thumbs up instead of one of the other salutes she could have given me, I guess. At any rate, that's it. We're done. That's how easy it is. Let this soak for a few hours. Let it soak overnight. Do whatever you want. Scrub it as much or as little. The least you do, you're going to have some smoke in your vinegar. And the more you do, the more smoke you're going to have in your vinegar. Do it however you want to do it. Not up to me. It's pretty cool stuff. You know, don't spend money where you don't have to. You got to clean your smoker top anyway. So this has been Beekeeping with Rich. Like and subscribe. South Florida Beekeeping with Rich. Like and subscribe. See you guys later. Bye-bye.